So you can scoot forward a little bit on your chair so that your feet are flat on the floor and your spine is upright. And either just rest your hands in your lap or arms down by your sides, and we'll take a few moments with eyes closed. Start to slow down your breath. And let your attention come all the way down to the base of your pose, feeling where you touch the chair, where you touch the floor. From that grounded base, lengthen all the way up through the top of your head. So you're sitting as tall as possible. And without losing any of that height, just take a scan through your torso and see, is there anything to let go of? Could you relax your face? Let your shoulders drop a bit more. Find even more ease. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto something else, which it probably will, as soon as you notice, see if you can come back to feeling your breath, slowing it down again, feeling how the inhale is a time to expand, maybe looking for spaciousness, length, expansion. And each exhale can be an opportunity to let go a little bit more. Maybe feel more grounded, connecting with the support underneath you. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. So let's start with a few neck stretches. Turn your head as far as you can, looking over one shoulder. And then go the other way as far as you can, looking over the other shoulder. Come back through center, over to the first side. And one more time, over to the second side. Come back to center and then drop one ear over to one shoulder. And here, press down through both shoulders, but the opposite shoulder, you might even reach through your fingers, looking for a stretch on that side of the neck. Rotate your chin to your chest and come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, and now even more through the other shoulder. Rotate chin to chest, come back to the first side, and then go back and forth a couple times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Watching the sensation move from one side over to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. Let the weight of your arms just drop, stretching the back of your neck, upper back. You might even feel this through the whole spine. And then release arms down, head floats back up. Lift the shoulders up and roll them back and down a couple times. One more. Now take the right arm up. We're going to bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow and take it as far back as you can. As you do this, drop the rib. So notice if your rib cage is jutting out. See if you can iron it down. Maybe draw the belly in a bit more. And feel free to move around or shift or adjust here. And then release, right arm back up, open it out, and then take it across. And you can hook with the other arm, hugging it in as close as you can. if your right shoulder pulls forward, see if you can draw it back so you're still square across the chest. Still feel your sit bones into the chair. Lengthen up away from that. And then release. Arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down. Wrap it around behind your back. So back of your hand is at your waist. Interlace fingers at your waist. Pull the knuckles around towards the front just as much as you're able. Elbows go towards one another as much as you're able. And then circle your right shoulder. Just putting a little movement into a place that may be creaky here. Or purposefully seeking out the tight places. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest. And then fold forward, whatever mount works for you. So it could be just dropping your head, or you could fold right over your lap, maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. And then release, come up. And a couple shoulder circles. Let's take the left arm up this time. Bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow and take it back. As you do this, drop the ribs, draw the belly in, and feel around. What are you noticing here? So each shape is stirring up a whole world of sensation. Some of it may be familiar, some of it new, some uncomfortable, some comfortable. I'm just taking in what's here. Let's release, left arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hugging it in as close as you can and drawing back through your left shoulder so you're still square across your chest. And then release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back. Interlace fingers at your waist. This time the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. Knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another. And then circle your left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest, and then fold any amount. Maybe just dropping the head, maybe coming over your lap. And release, come up. Couple shoulder circles up and back and down. Okay, let's interlace fingers in front and put a little pressure between your arms like you're trying to pull them apart. So this can help spread between the shoulder blades. You can also think about spreading your rib cage. So each deep inhale, the ribs are expanding, maybe stretching those little muscles between the ribs, the intercostals. And then release, take arms out and flex your palms. So reach your fingers up towards the ceiling, back towards your body, and reach out through the base of the hand as much as you can. You might even feel a little tingling through the forearms. Really press out. And then curl fingertips down and in. Flex fingers back up, down and in. And then a couple of big circles, flexing and stretching all the little muscles of the forearms, wrists. Release down. Let's take a twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right hand to the chair behind you, wherever you can reach. As you inhale, sit even taller. As you exhale, rotate. Look back over your shoulder. Try and keep both knees facing front, so from the waist down, your legs are even. From the waist up, twisting deeply. Keep going in this direction, but then turn your head the opposite way, looking over the other shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release. Switching sides. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand to the chair behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, rotate, looking back over your shoulder. Keep twisting as deeply as you can. And then turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder, wringing out. And release, back around to the front. So let's take a side bend. We're going to bring the right arm up and over, reaching through the fingers. Make sure to keep both sit bones grounded on the chair so you're not tipping over. Reach out and then circle your right arm back behind you as far back as you can. Keep going, exploring the full range of motion for this shoulder joint. One more. Same thing, other side. Left arm up and over. Grounding down through both sit bones, reaching out through the fingers, and then start to circle your arm back behind you as far back as you can. One more. Okay, let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Sitting tall, take a flat back and tilt forward, whatever amount you're able. So instead of rounding towards your legs, lengthen and fold. Trying to drop that right knee just as much as it will. Hopefully this gets into a stretch on the right outer hip. And release. Let's sit tall, extend the right leg out, flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle, a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Release down and switch sides. Left ankle above the right knee. Sit tall and fold whatever amount you're able, pressing down through the left knee. And then sit back up, extend that leg out, flex and point your left foot. Circle your left ankle, a couple big circles, both directions. And then release. Let's stand up and come behind the chair. I'm just going to turn mine so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to take a down dog using the chair. So you can have the hands either on the top of the chair or for a little bit more on the seat of the chair. Feet are hip width apart, hips pulling back away from the hands. Just like down dog, but with a little less pressure on the hamstrings and no weight on the wrists. Let's come back up. Bring hands to the back of the chair, feet hip width apart. We're going to slowly lift the heels and then lower them down, nice and slow. Lift and lower, try and control the speed with which you go up and down so it's not jerky. Now if you want to challenge, a couple things you could do. One is to take your hands off the chair or just play hot potato with the chair. You could also do this one leg at a time. So you could flex one foot so you're just lifting on one leg and then switching to the other. So this is for balance and calf strength. Also good for strengthening ankles and feet. So take a couple more, either one leg at a time or both legs together. You can touch the chair as lightly as you're able. One more on each side or two more together. Good. Let's come to neutral. So let's take a balance. We'll do tree pose. You can bring one leg up, sole of the foot to the inner leg. So it could be as low as your ankle or as high as your inner thigh. The chair is there if you need it. If you don't need the chair, you can bring arms out or hands together or arms up, and the chair is always there if you need it. Standing as tall as you can, pressing the inner foot into the inner leg so that it doesn't fall. And while you're concentrating on balancing, can you relax your face? Can your breath be slow and deep? Same thing, other side. Shake that out and bring the other leg up as high as you can, as low as you need, anywhere above or below your knee. You can choose your arm position. Let's release that, shake that out. We'll take one more balance. We'll do a quad stretch this time. So reaching one leg back to take hold of the foot. Now if this does not work for you, you could do tree again, what we just did. If you are able to hold the foot, think about opening through the front of that hip. And you could hold the foot with two hands or keep one hand on the chair or try having one arm out to steady you. Tailbone dropping, belly lifting, nice tall spine. If you spend a lot of time sitting, hip flexors can get very tight, so we want to try and open those up. Let's release that, shake that out. Same thing other side. So whatever variation you took on the first side, the chair is there if you need it. Balancing gets easier with practice, and wobbling and falling are a necessary part of a balance practice. So if that's what's happening, see if you can find ease within it. Face relaxed, breath steady, even as you may be wobbling or falling. And then release, shake that out. Let's take one more down dog. Either hands on the top or bottom of the chair. Pull the hips back. Opening up the backs of the legs, maybe opening up the shoulders. Release. Let's come back to sit on our chair. This time you can sit all the way back, letting your back relax back. A little bit more ease here. And we'll take a short seated relaxation. So start with a scan from your head to your feet, seeing if you can relax even more. Relaxing the muscles of your face as best you can. Relaxing the shoulders down. Feeling the arms just resting in your lap or down by your sides. Feeling all the places where your body is resting back into the chair. Belly soft and relaxed. You can let go of any control of your breath, just letting your breath return to a natural pace without any effort. If even just for a few moments, nothing to do. Nothing to plan or figure out. Nothing to go over. Just simply being. Thoughts may come through, and there's nothing you need to do about it. You might imagine your thoughts as clouds passing through the sky. It's just what's passing through. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just bringing a little movement back into your body, and you can let that increase through your wrists and ankles. And eventually taking a big stretch out. When you're ready, scoot back to the front of your chair, sitting tall again. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for chair yoga.